Let's talk Steelers. It's kickoff time for the Cigar International's Let's Talk Stil'rs show. Sponsored by Cigars International. Stop by our Bridgeville store today. Parking Chair Vodka. Respect the chair. It's a Pittsburgh thing. Forest Lodge and Campground. Cooks Forest, PA. Your adventure starts here. Visit Canton, Ohio. Red Fox Winery and Lounge. Let's talk Steelers.
Huddle up, Steelers Nation. It's Tank with Let's Talk Steelers. Yeah, it is looking fall-like out there as the leaves are absolutely glorious. I want to take a step back and appreciate nature's bounty and the beauty of the season. It is supposed to be a high of 102 degrees down there at Acrisure. I'll have another drink stadium. Nah, not 102, but it's going to feel like it. Game time prediction of 57 degrees at Acrisure. I'll have another drink stadium down there. It's going to be a glorious day. Black and Gold Nation will be in full display for the world to see as your Pittsburgh Tomlins take on the Green Bay Cheesemen. It's going to be a heck of a game. There's so much to unravel this week. There's so much going on that we got to talk about. We'll get to Aaron Rodgers versus your Green Bay Packers that beat your Pittsburgh Tomlins in the Super Bowl down in Texas. Anybody that went to that Super Bowl from Pittsburgh was amazed that it was snowing and it was cold. Everybody from Pittsburgh and Green Bay was like, I thought it was going to be 80 degrees. I brought swim trunks and a t-shirt. That's all I brought. And it was negative 70 degrees in Dallas, Texas for the opening of the Jerry Jones Dome. That thing down there in Dallas that cost $2 billion to build. And I think there's still lawsuits going on. In case you didn't know this, a lot of the Steelers fans didn't get into the game and they had tickets. It was such a foobar. And there were people that didn't get into like halftime. It was a mess. You do a dry run there, Jerry Jones. How you got $2 billion to spend on a stadium and you're not smart enough to do a dry run. But just bringing up that interesting fact, because those images from that Super Bowl of Aaron Rodgers being the winning quarterback of that Super Bowl wearing a Green Bay Packers jersey and beating your Hall of Fame quarterback Ben Roethlisberger are very vivid this week for anybody that loves their Pittsburgh Steelers. Hey, before we get into talking about your Steelers, or the Tomlins as I'm calling them this year, got to remind you, we go on air Sunday, November 9th on 22 The Point television here in Pittsburgh, PA. Yeah, baby. Let's talk Steelers with your host, Randy the Tank Tantlinger, and the former NFL quarterback, Mike McMahon. Mike will be joining me for our TV show, and we'll be picking it up in week 9, 10, whatever it'll be. Sunday mornings, 10:30 on 22 The Point. Tune into the show. We are filming every Tuesday at the CigarsInternational.com, CigarsInternational.com. Their retail store in Bridgeville, PA. If you've not been to it, full-service bar, full-service restaurant, great food, great drinks. If you're a whiskey scotch person who is a connoisseur of those beverages, whiskey and scotch, Cigars International is your place to go. Right there in Bridgeville, PA, man. They've got top shelf product over there. There ain't no well scotch. If you ever order a scotch and somebody says, do you want our well scotch? For you people that know what well drinks are, dear God, don't do it. Don't do it. Somebody made that in a bathtub in Toronto, Canada, and they put a label on it that says Scotch. It's not what you're going to find at Cigars International. You're going to find the very best. All right, let's get into talking about your dismal Pittsburgh Tomlins. As we begin this week's show after the defeat to the Cincinnati Kitty Cats, we're going to get into the Kitty Cats game here in a second. I'm going to throw some names out at you. And you tell me, are they playing yay or nay this season for you? Okay? Where are they, some of these guys? Where's your yay factor? Or have you been a nay factor so far in helping your Pittsburgh Steelers we're not even hoping for a lot of you. I'm different, okay? But a lot of you are like, our goal this year is just to get to the playoffs. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. If we can just get to the playoffs, it'll be a remarkable achievement for us this year. Whoa, have the mighty fallen under the leadership, parentheses around that, of Mike Tomlin. That's your goal, just to get to the playoffs, huh? Not a Super Bowl. Not a Super Bowl. Just please, Coach Tomlin. Please, oh great, magnificent Mike Tomlin. Please just get us into the playoffs. Please don't falter like you did to Blake Bortles and Leonard Fournette of the Jacksonville Jaguars. A team you were supposed to beat. With a quarterback that had a noodle for an arm in Blake Bortles, who threw a devastating and lit him up your Pittsburgh Tomlins at Heinz Field for 108 yards through for Blake Bortles. Do you remember that disappointment? But yet that's half the fans' goal this season. Let's just get to the playoffs to lose to the Jaguars again. Let's get to the playoffs. Let's go 11-0 and hang our hats on that 11-0 start just to lose at home to the Cleveland hapless Browns. Hapless were the Browns. Hapless. How they even stumbled ass backwards into the playoffs that year. Your mighty Pittsburgh Steelers, who had gone 11-0 in the regular season, surely would vanquish the brown man of Cleveland, or that little elf they dress up and call a mascot. Didn't happen, did it? But for a lot of you, that's your goal this year. I just want to get into the playoffs again. What, so you could have a tailgate party? So you can maybe go down to Acrisure, I'll have another drink stadium, and party and twirl your towel? That's what I'm not. The tank here is not about that. Okay? The standard is the standard. Well, let me tell you how far the standard has fallen. Jaguars, Browns, playoffs losses. So if that's all you're after this season, okay? If that's your highest goal, the Pittsburgh Tomlins are going to the playoffs. I'm so happy. Let's extend Mike Tomlin for 30 more years. That's pathetic, man. That's pathetic. That's pathetic. Now, if you're on my side of the field, the home field, I'll call it, Super Bowls are what we do here. It's what we play for. Okay? Look, no one's crazy enough to go, we're going to the Super Bowl every year, and if we don't do it, we're failures. No, but there is a rhythm. There was a rhythm in Pittsburgh in the 70s, in the 90s, in the 2000s. You can't win all the time. You can't win all of them. You can't win the AFC Championship every time. But darn it, you could be in the hunt every season. And darn it, you can, play with some things here and there. Okay? Chuck Noll gets showed the door, 9-7, whatever it is. Bill Cowher comes in. But the foundation had been there throughout the decades that if you just found the right piece to fit back into the system, the team, the organization that was the Pittsburgh Steelers, you could get back into that playoff contention without a lot of angst. Angst. What is angst? Angst is being a Jets fan, right? That's angst. Knowing that it's a long road to Tipperary before you're even sniffing a game in the playoffs. Okay, or Jacksonville, for that matter. We're from Pittsburgh, man. I kind of went off the rails there a little bit because what I'm going to go to now is I'm so disappointed in this team. Now, half of you are going to hear me and go, he don't know what he's talking about. And the other half are going to hear me. Okay? Tank, you're disappointed. We're 4-2. We are atop. We are atop the AFC North. The Ravens are 1-5. That was a raven dying an anguishing death. They're dangerous. Don't count them out of anything. End of the season comes, they're just going to beat people up. They're just going to physically take you into an alley with a pair of brass knuckles and make you hurt for getting on a football field with them. If you think the Baltimore Ravens are going into that night softly and going Betty by, you're out of your minds. The Cleveland Browns at 2-5. The Bengals. Oh, you mean the guys who just beat you? The Bengals are right on your heels. And more so, as this develops this season, you barely got out of New York with a victory, didn't you? You barely got out of New York with a victory. I mean, the fact that you're 4-2 right now, okay, is not exciting. And the fact that you had let the Jets in the game with 32 points against this defense, we're going to go someplace now, okay, about your defense. You let the Jets put up 32 points. Then the Sea Chickens came to town. The Sea Chickens. The Seattle Sea Chickens put up 31 points on your defense. Final score, your Pittsburgh Tomlins 17, Seattle Sea Chickens 31. Ooh, that stung. Your Pittsburgh Patriots. What do you mean Pittsburgh Patriots? Well, they made the Patriots look good that day, didn't they? And a quarterback up there nobody ever heard of. But we pulled one out. We pulled one out over there in Dublin, Ireland against the Vikings, didn't we? We beat the Browns. Big deal. This arcs to the Bengals game last week. The Bengals. The hapless Bengals. The Bengals. You lost to the Bengals. What happened there? What happened there? Where was Darius Slay? Where was Ramsey? Where was Patrick Queen? Where was Benton? Where was Cam? Where was TJ? Darius Slay, 13 years in the league. It's starting to show, right? But mostly, where was Joey Porter? Joey Porter against Cincinnati. This is year 3. And I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. Because the hopes for Joey Porter were huge coming to Pittsburgh. He's the next Rod Woodson, I swear to God. I heard a guy say down at Jack's Bar in the South Side. He's the next Rod Woodson. Hey, man, he's Joey Porter's kid. This kid's going to be a baller. I'm going to tell you something. And get used to saying it. Joey Porter Jr. is a C+ at best corner. And this is as good as it's ever going to get for him. Okay? Coming out of Penn State, he should have been elevated. You know what I mean? It's not like he came out of Iowa State Cyclones, Cyclopses, whatever they are out there. He came out of Penn State where he was facing caliber players. A lot of them went into the pros. The expectations for Joey Porter were high. JP2, as some folks call him. I'm going to tell you, this is as good as it gets for Joey Porter. He can't cover an NFL receiver. He's got to hold him. At first, I thought it was because he had angst about playing the position at this level. It's not that. He's not good enough. He's not good enough. Yeah, he can start for your Pittsburgh Tomlins. Yes, he can. Does he have the ability to make amazing plays on occasion? Yeah, he does. Okay? I think he has a problem with responsibilities, knowing where he's supposed to be on the field at times. Unless he can grab onto a quality wide receiver like you just faced with the Cincinnati Kitty Cats, he can't turn his hips fast enough and run fast enough. And he has a really hard time finding the ball when it's in the air. Those two things alone, the ability to turn your hips and go with, chase, okay, are very important to be able to turn your hips and go instead of grabbing on constantly. The ability to track the quarterback, track the ball when it's in the air as you're turning your hips. Yeah, I know it sounds very, very difficult. That's why they're NFL players. That's why, Deion Sanders was maybe the GOAT of corners. That's why Mel Blount is the other GOAT of corners. They could turn their hips, run with a wide receiver, but still have presence on the field to know where the ball was. Joey Porter is a huge part of this disappointment. Hey, we got to go to break. When we come back, we're going to talk more disappointments. And your Aaron Rodgers taking on the Green Bay Packers.
It's kickoff time for the Cigar International's Let's Talk Stil'rs show.
Let's Talk Stil'rs from Cigars International, Bridgeville, PA, every Sunday morning at 10:30. See you then.
Let's Talk Stil'rs. It's kickoff time for the Cigar International's Let's Talk Stil'rs show. Sponsored by Cigars International. Stop by our Bridgeville store today. Parking Chair Vodka. Respect the chair. It's a Pittsburgh thing. Forest Lodge and Campground. Cooks Forest, PA. Your adventure starts here. Visit Canton, Ohio. Red Fox Winery and Lounge. Let's Talk Stil'rs.